Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still working on building up our capacity to switch over to steel frame buildings and realizing we need a lot more glass. So we're going to build a lot more glassworks. We're going to throw some in Lorraine. Maybe not quite that many. And some in Normandy. Lorraine, you only get 3. You each get 3. Collapse this. And let's tick the ones in... We're going to put both of them near the top because this is for the construction thing, the same thing we're doing. We're going to put... I think we're going to put all the steel mills in Normandy and Burgundy above them. Then we'll just do all glassworks. And then we'll do the rest of the steel mills. And I think that'll cover us. Another thing I want to work on is figuring out, do I have the tech necessary at this point? Prussia sides of Mexico, that's fun. An obligation. I am friends with the Prussians. What's Mexico's war goal here? Return Utah. The temptation is extremely high. But no, I don't want to get into a war right now. Let me check if we've got the tech necessary to flip over my... to ironclad ships. Let me see. I do not have gantry cranes yet, which means I don't have industrial port unlocked, which means my ports still use clippers. So the answer to that question is actually no. But I can go directly to monitors when I do, which is nice. Dynamite's also going to help with my iron situation. It's part of why I haven't built any more iron mines to accommodate the crazy high amount of iron required by my steel industry. Although, the iron industry is doing very well. How's tooling? Tooling is basically good. Alright, we'll get that going. I think I want to get down to Infamy 4, then I'll go for Morocco. But it's important that I not destroy Morocco completely because this area will be a colonization site for others, and I don't necessarily want it to be. Because if someone's able to get all the way through to here, then we'll have gnarly borders here in northern Africa. Tripolitania, time to reduce autonomy. That's going to cost me infamy. It's worth it. I'll change my color. There you go. The world is looking very French. Korea? I want you as my puppet. You should be my color. You're already my color, so it just makes sense. Imperialist brainworms want you for France. Let's see, what else is going on in my market? There's civilizing mission, that's actually good. I can increase colonization speed, actually, as a result of that. And I've got the bureaucracy, too, but I don't necessarily want to right away. I've got a lot of wants from a bureaucracy perspective. Dyes are still pretty expensive. We're hardly exporting any, but we're using a lot of them in our heavy industry at this point. Our textile mills, our paper mills, and our glassworks. So that's part of why they're staying expensive. Pops are finally buying art, which is cool. That's an indicator that the standard of living for the upper classes has gotten pretty good. I almost never pay attention to those exiled agitator notifications. I know maybe I should, but I don't. Capitalist revolt in Bolongan. That's just fine. Let's grab the Third Corps and send them to deal with it. Obviously, all of our conscription is goofed right now because we went up to we went to secret police when we had national. Ooh, a revolution in Japan. Wonderful. A Japanese aristocratic revolt. Well, that's just dandy. Japanese France? Wow, neither of y'all have any armies. Oh, because y'all are on national militia. That's fun. Let's go ahead and mobilize the rest of our armies. I've done this before. We're going to put all of them in Indonesia, but no, actually not the First Corps. The First Corps we want to keep in France. Let's not get too buck wild over here. But all these other armies we'll put in Indonesia. Obviously these trade routes are ineffective right now, but that's all right. Oh yes, industrial boom. With recent expansion in both the production and consumption of explosives in our country, there's been much debate on whether the military or the industrial sector should have priority. Why should we worry about how much dirt we can move? We should be thinking about how to defend the country. All you care is starting about more wars. All you care about is starting more wars. We should put this to use for our workers instead. They are more important. Try to support both industries, extra explosives factory throughput. Give to the industrial sector extra mine throughput, or give to the military sector extra munitions plants throughput. I'm going to go with mine throughput. I like mine. It's all mine. And in fact, upgrade production methods for my arms outside the Imperial Corps. And now we'll get these mines. First of all, we'll go to the explosives factories, we'll get them on the new process, and then we'll get the mines over to dynamite. And that'll make them more productive and safer. Russia wants to help us against the Bolongan capitalist revolt. I decline. So Japan. They would not be willing to become a subject, but the revolt would not be willing to become a subject. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Transfer states. Transfer Sakhalin. That's an interesting option. What about you? Only obligations. Diplomatic Pacts Trade Agreement. Don't need that. Since I'm only getting a state, I'm going to let that percolate for a bit and see if anyone else decides to intervene. Oh, you know what? I need to have a fleet in this area in case they're able to outrun my armies. Which they might. Again, my guys certainly seem to act like there's a Suez Canal. Oh no, they're going over land here. That's what's happening. Interesting. Neat. But yes, the fleets can't make it over that way. And Russia sides with Japan. Interesting. And now they don't need support. Alright, well that's fine. Not a tragedy. Not a big deal. We'll just send 10,000 troops to Bolangan and completely overreact to the situation over there. Nearly done with those glassworks. 2 arms. And we're nearly where we want to be. Let's flip over another one of our construction industries. The one in Brittany. It's using even more explosives. To be honest, actually, I need more explosives factories. Oh gosh, the AI is not concentrating them one bit. And we're over our infrastructure capacity in Normandy, which is a problem because we're doing a lot of building there. Explosives factories, we need to about double our explosives output, to be completely honest. Unifalls does not have a very high population of people who are unemployed. Aquitaine has a good, solid base of job seekers. We're genuinely going to keep the railways at the top. We'll put the steel mills and the glassworks up there. We'll intersperse the tooling factories with the explosives factories. And then, let's see what else. Then I think we're good. Perfect. Bolangan is obviously essentially capitulated. Obligation from IT is expiring, but that's fine. Let's bring Escadre du Nord back to France. And this is going to be a little bit longer, but that's fine. Bolangan is in default. That's not a shocker. Probably part of why the capitalists revolted in the first place. Interesting. Dutch East Indies got a chunk of India. Georges Lagagnier, a petit bourgeois positivist, is going to start a movement for a presidential republic. I'm quite done with movements for presidential republic. Bye. Oh, the rural folk already joined it. Those dorks. Can't they see that France should be a kingdom with an absolute ruler, just like in Elden times? Yeah, a lot of changes I can make. Nothing good there. Agrarianism, that's not very good. I could deliberalize the citizenship. I don't know if that's beneficial to me, though. Do a promotion. The armed forces demand the promotion of General Henri d'Orléans, touting his history of loyal and effective service. Oh boy, it's morning. I'm recording in the morning right now. History makes fools of us all, and I'm recording in the morning. So many medals adorned his jacket that one could scarcely see the fabric beneath, but it was not yet enough. Chest puffed out with pride, the general smiled as he imagined the war ending with a victory for France. As he imagined Murat's face when the lieutenant general learned of his imminent ascension, that rivalry was legendary among the officers. At last, it would have its due. Henri d'Orléans has earned it. The armed forces will not force our hand. Rural folk get happier, which I might be worth it. Armed forces are happy plus 12. Rural folk are unhappy plus 2. I'm actually going with the second one. I don't mind. Alright, so it's time for some conquests in Morocco, because we're nearly where we want to be. I'm going to go a little longer. Perfect. So, we're going to grab Marrakesh. Confirm. It's a diplomatic play, and I'm going to go ahead and add Fez. And I'm going to add to primary. Just 4 additional infamy. We're barely there. Excellent. Alright, now we'll mobilize the Army of Africa and put them in place. Morocco has 26 battalions, so let's take a look at what the production methods look like. Line infantry, some irregulars, some lancers here. Irregulars, line lancers, and line infantry. Alright, I should only need the 1 army for this. Second war with Morocco, same as the war with Morocco we had before. I'm thinking of slicing off Sokoto Outer Hausaland from Sokoto. Y'all sorting out the business in Japan? Good. It's looking good. Keep me up to date. Keep me in the loop. I have a lot of business interests in Japan. Well. That's interesting. Austria. Transfer subjects. You want Tripolitania. I don't want Tripolitania. Though. Greece could try to get Thessaly. But they're not going to be that much help. Alright, well. Oh, this is Egypt. So Egypt is in this war. And I think we're going to raise our conscripts. I am going to mobilize the first army. I'm not going to raise its conscripts. I'm just going to use it for defense. Army of Africa, though. I'm going to raise its conscripts as well. This is going to be a real war. The Ottoman Empire may have lost its recognition, but their... Oh, to Sicily is still side. What? Oh, 2 Sicilies. Okay. Alright, well... we'll raise First Army's conscripts as well. Spain offers their support in exchange for an obligation. I accept. Who can we bring in now? Austria still wants Tripolitania, which I am not interested in giving up. Alright, let's do this. Well, there's another tiny front here with Spain now, but I'm not necessarily concerning myself with that. Let's go ahead and station France, first army on the Mediterranean coast, and we'll grab Escadron du Nord and put them in the center of the Mediterranean. I think Escadron du Nord is short a commander? No. Nope. Apparently not. Force comparison's not great over here. It's going to increase over time. I might need to get more armies over here. Egypt is going to the Ottoman Empire is going to take this chunk of Egypt. That's almost assuredly their war goal. It isn't? Interesting. I'm really surprised by that, actually. I really assumed that Ottoman Empire would be here to get Ankara back from Egypt, but... Oh, they can't do that because it's secondary. Alright, so that's the war in Japan ending and all of our trade routes going back to normal. The Ankara-Albania front, I can't do anything about that. I do have an obligation expiring from IT. Our relations are pretty good right now. Go ahead and absolve. Nice. Alright, let's get this war underway. I'm spending a huge barrel of cash. French Low Countries. That's a big fleet. But I am winning that naval battle. We'll put those together and we'll station the First Corps in northern France, since that's where they're trying to go. Now we'll intercept that naval invasion without too much of a problem. We got battles happening in Morocco. It appears that we are winning over here. We are mostly... Spain is mostly winning on our behalf over here. Force comparison is very good in the battle for Gaza. Chile wants a defensive pact. You're kind of outside my sphere. Jose Joaquin Prieto. You're a oligarchic presidential republic. Got a movement for suffrage, but it's a weak movement. You know what? We'll do it. Another undefended front. This is the Albania-Lebanon front. Again, I'm focusing my troops in the south here. Better to come up from the south and just... It's better to keep your forces concentrated in a war. That's one of the things that's Peru-Bolivia is improving relations. Wonderful. And we are winning over here. We got Fez occupied, so that's... It's not the capital. Where's the capital? This is Fez. This is Al Rif. Naval battles happening here. No landing progress. Very good. Naval battle is going well here. Alright, we're at the gates of the Moroccan capital. Excellent. Whew. We diverted the Ottoman main army as well, which is really, really good. So, now we're putting all of our troops over here in the Middle Eastern front. Overly enthusiastic partisans. We're in an election. Supporters of the Republican Union have gone beyond simply campaigning for their own party, harassing and sometimes physically attacking opposing partisans. I'm a simple party man, that's all. I know who I like and I know who I don't like. And I know I want my people to win and their people to lose. Crackdown on Republican Union activities, minus 10% momentum, or let the Republican Union partisans continue unmolested. This makes the landowners upset for some reason. Oh, yeah, because their guys are the ones being harassed by the partisans. Crackdown. We don't want to weaken the landowners in this crucial time. Yep. So, do I naval invade two Sicilies? I think the answer might be yes. No, actually it isn't. It's the Ottoman Empire that's the real issue here. Two Sicilies will fold over if I let them. And I think the war will just end when Morocco capitulates, which is going to be in about 4 weeks. At this point, maybe a little bit less. They are winning in the central Mediterranean node. And we're winning in the western Mediterranean. Got a lot of occupation here, advancing forward into the Ottoman Empire, taking a lot of territory. Feeling pretty pleased with myself about that. Oh, we lost an admiral. Hold on. Let me make sure. I've got a spare. Ooh, innovative dockyard organizer and a positivist. Well, that's fine. Cyprian Kellerman. Belungen is in default. Well, that seems to be Belungen's default state. Oh, so good at comedy. Wow, what a cool, funny hero. Alright, the war ended and the election happened at the same time. Excellent. So, this gives us I was setting Rhone to steel frame production, which I'd forgotten to do. Alright, and now we've got some extra armies, which I will just go ahead and set those upgrading. Skirmish. Infantry, 3rd French Fleet, I can just move to the Mediterranean Squadron without a problem. We're upgrading some armies here. And once these get upgraded, I'm just going to close out the French 5th Army and transfer it into one of my other armies. Perfect. Alright, we are going to transfer these to the Armée d'Afrique. Yeah, that sounds good. These armies are a little short on manpower, which is alright. Not necessarily a problem. What's population? Population's going okay. Growth could definitely be higher. We've got a lot of bureaucracy. These places must have had a lot. Wow, yeah, they've got a lot of government admin. Well, good news. Time to increase institutions, because we've got A big bureaucracy buffer. So, let's go ahead and increase colonial affairs. They're still doing that. And we'll increase healthcare as well. It's going to strengthen the church, which is going to be useful to us. All right. And that is actually going to take us into the end of the episode. We finally stole those bits of Morocco that we said we were going to steal. The Party of Order still incredibly remains aligned and more legitimate than ever. Even under Henri de Bourbon, who is not who is too arrogant. But, yeah, that is an episode. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.